I have heard the words, "Everything you need is in the house," over and over. I have searched for the fulfillment of those words, questioning which house, the church or my personal domain. Lord, I need an answer or directions. In the tapestry of biblical narratives, certain phrases resonate deeply, stirring hearts and prompting seekers to delve into their profound meanings. One such phrase, "Everything you need is in the house," echoes through the corridors of spiritual inquiry, inviting contemplation and exploration. Whether pondered within the hallowed halls of a church or amidst the sanctity of one's personal domain, it beckons seekers to unravel its mysteries and uncover its truths. Yet, the question lingers, which house holds the keys to fulfillment, the sacred sanctuary of the church or the intimate confines of one's own dwelling? As we embark on this quest for understanding, let us peer through the veils of interpretation and seek divine illumination to discern the path ahead. The phrase, "Everything you need is in the house," can indeed be interpreted in various ways, depending on the context and the spiritual insights one gains from it. Here are some potential perspectives. This passage, 2 Kings 4 verses 1-7, often referred to as Elisha and the widow's oil, is a story of faith, provision, and divine intervention. Here's a breakdown of its key elements. 1. Desperation and faith. Bible verse, 2 Kings 4 verse 1, "A certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets cried out to Elisha, saying, 'Your servant my husband is dead, and you know that your servant feared the Lord. And the creditor is coming to take my 2 sons to be his slaves.'" The widow, facing dire circumstances with the impending loss of her sons due to debt, demonstrates faith by turning to the prophet Elisha for help. Despite her desperation, she seeks guidance from Elisha, someone she believes can intercede with God on her behalf. 2. Divine provision. Bible verse, 2 Kings 4 verses 2-4, "So Elisha said to her, 'What shall I do for you? Tell me, what do you have in the house?' And she said, 'Your maidservant has nothing in the house but a jar of oil.' Then he said, 'Go, borrow vessels from everywhere, from all your neighbors, empty vessels, do not gather just a few. And when you have come in, you shall shut the door behind you and your sons, then pour it into all those vessels, and set aside the full ones.'" Elisha, acting as God's instrument, provides a solution that defies human logic. Instead of giving the widow immediate relief, he instructs her to gather empty vessels and pour out the little oil she has left. This act of obedience leads to a miraculous multiplication of oil, filling all the vessels she collected. 3. Obedience and blessing. Bible verse, 2 Kings 4 verses 5-6, "So she went from him and shut the door behind her and her sons, who brought the vessels to her, and she poured it out. Now it came to pass, when the vessels were full, that she said to her son, 'Bring me another vessel.' And he said to her, 'There is not another vessel.' So the oil ceased." Both literal and symbolic meaning, it's also possible that this phrase carries both a literal and symbolic meaning. On a literal level, it could refer to the physical resources and support available within the church community or your home. Symbolically, it might speak to the spiritual truths and resources available through your relationship with God, regardless of where you are. 4. Symbolism and lessons. Bible verse, 2 Kings 4 verse 7, "Then she came and told the man of God. And he said, 'Go, sell the oil and pay your debt, and you and your sons live on the rest.'" Seeking guidance. If you're seeking direction or clarification on the meaning of this phrase for your life, it's essential to spend time in prayer and reflection. Ask God to reveal His truth to you and guide you in understanding how this phrase applies to your specific circumstances. You might also find it helpful to seek counsel from trusted spiritual mentors or leaders who can provide insights and perspective. As the sun sets on our quest for meaning, let us carry with us the light of revelation and the assurance of divine provision. Whether within the sacred walls of a church or the sanctuary of our own homes, may we recognize that everything you need is in the house, transcends mere physicality. It is a spiritual truth woven into the fabric of existence. Through prayer, reflection, and a steadfast commitment to seeking God's guidance, may we unlock the treasures hidden within, embracing the abundance of grace and wisdom that awaits. Like the widow who discovered overflowing oil within her humble abode, Let us journey forth with hearts open to divine revelation, knowing that within the house, wherever it may be, lies the fulfillment of our deepest needs and the realization of our highest calling.